What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to move a feeder around. We're going to set up a new area possibly that we'll hunt later on this fall. But before we get into all the things that I got going on today, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, share these videos. It is how we get this channel to grow. And then also, as always, if you are not an organ donor, please consider becoming an organ donor. An organ donor saved my life, and you never know the life that you may save with that gift. All right, now we got that out. Let's talk about what we're doing today. So like I said earlier, things always changing around here. Deer moving different places. You do a lot of your spring scouting and you find out, or late winter scouting after the season's over with, you find new trails, you find all kind of different things when the woods opens up. One of the things we want to do now, going into the late spring and then getting ready for summer as we get ready for the season, is to be able to take advantage of the intel that we got, whether that's moving a new blind, setting up a different feeding area, setting up cameras, whatever that entails. You want to be on top of that right now. So today what I'm doing is I'm going to move a feeder into a field where I planted a food plot. Hopefully that will charge that food plot, get more deer coming in as they're hitting the feed and hitting the clover that I planted in that plot. We're going to also set a nutrition block with some more alfalfa, kind of replenishing an area with one of the alfalfa tests that I did earlier in the spring. So we're going to get those two things going. And like I said, hopefully we'll find out what kind of deer we got. We'll find out what kind of deer is coming in, and that'll set us up for success in the fall. Okay, like I was saying, if you remember, I did the alfalfa test in this trough right here. So I'm going to put more alfalfa along with this big time block in this. And the reason why is just the big time's got protein. It's an all protein block with some kind of other stuff in it, like seeds and sunflower, corn, all kind of stuff, but it's a compressed block. There it is right there. And then I'm going to take this bag of alfalfa pellets, cover it around it in this trough. But one of the things too I wanted to see while I was back here, the deer have been digging a hole like right here and then like right up under this trough. Not sure if some stuff, like if some of the pellets fell over and they were trying to get to it, but whatever it is, you'll see the pictures. I'll add the pictures, but they've been nose down digging in here. And now looking at it, I'm not sure exactly what they were going for or what they were going at, but we'll fill this up. Camera's right over there, and then we'll monitor and see what we got going on here. So we'll put the block in here first. Just take my little knife, cut all this open, and I'll show it to you. You can see like the heavy part of the block is already like coming apart. And I could probably break it apart if I wanted to, but I'm not. And the one thing I do like about these pellets, like I was saying in one of the other videos, is they just last. Like, and I don't know if it's because the deer can only eat and digest so many of them at a time or what, but they tend to last way longer than your traditional deer pellet protein feed. So basically just an alternative. So this area back here, I've hunted for a few years now, but I want to switch it up. They are not taking to this broadcast feeder that I put here last year. You can see blind right over there, about 20 or so yards away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this feeder apart, I'm going to move it over to the food plot, and then I will just leave this area to give me the option if I want to sprinkle some corn or some kind of attractant in this area. I can, depending on the wind. There's another area right up that hill there that I was very successful with a wind in that area. So like I said, switching it up got to figure out something different. If something's not working, you can't be afraid to change it up. So we're gonna move this thing and then we'll see what happens. All right, so we moved it into this field, like I was saying. And one of the other things that I did is I put the solar panel right on top, right here. Sun goes obviously east to west, so that's west over there, back east over there. But if you look up, this sun is going to come. There's an open sky, so as it's crossing, it's got to come over and then down here. So hopefully it'll keep the battery charge a lot better. West wind blind there, east wind blind tucked there. So what I'm hoping for is obviously, and then don't forget food plot, clover growing, still got some weeds in here, so I need to do a little maintenance on that, but definitely got some good head of clover in there. But what we're hoping for is catching them east wind, being that blind, either coming into the field or leaving the field. Same thing over here, west wind blind, either catch them coming in the field or leaving the field. So we'll see what happens. We got these two projects done. So you can see over there, sun's going down. But let me know in the comments what kind of adjustments, what kind of projects you're doing so far to try to help yourself be better and harvest more deer, or as I like to say, kill more deer in the fall.
Official Bryantland.com, official Bryantland.com. Support the merch that supports the brand. Official Bryantland.com.